Hi, my name is Emily, and I'm 32 years old. I've been married to my husband, Jake, for 6 years, and we live in Austin, Texas. We're a regular middle-class couple, but I've always been careful with money and good at saving. That's why, when Jake's family suggested a fancy vacation, I decided to use my savings to make it happen for everyone. I wanted to do something nice for them, even though we don't always get along perfectly. Jake's family includes his mom, Karen, and his younger sister, Lily. Karen is in her late 50s and loves to control everything. Lily, who is 27, is married and is known for being spoiled and selfish, even though they aren't always easy to deal with. I wanted to do something special for them. I didn't tell anyone I was paying for the trip because I didn't want attention. I just wanted everyone to have a good time. On the morning of the trip, we all met at Karen's house. Everyone was excited, talking about all the places we'd visit. I was quietly checking my bags, feeling proud that I had managed to plan everything without anyone knowing how much effort it took. Then Lily decided to ruin everything. "Are you sure Emily should come?" Lily said loudly, smirking at me. "This is a luxury trip, after all. Poor people don't usually belong on vacations like this." I froze, my face turning red. Jake was about to say something, but Karen spoke first. "Lily, don't be rude, but honestly, Emily, she has a point. Are you sure you can afford a trip like this?" I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I had worked so hard to make this trip happen, and instead of gratitude, they were making fun of me. Jake tried to stand up for me, but Lily just shrugged and laughed. That moment hurt deeply. I thought about all the sacrifices I had made to save for this trip, all the effort I put in to make it special for them, and this was how they treated me? I stayed quiet, swallowing my anger, but inside, I was furious. As everyone got ready to leave, I pulled Jake aside and told him the truth. "Jake, I need to tell you something," I whispered. "I paid for this whole trip, the flights, the hotels, everything, and after what just happened, I don't think they deserve to go." Jake's eyes widened in shock. "Wait, you paid for everything? You didn't have to do that, but honestly, I get why you feel this way." With Jake's support, I made a bold decision. I canceled Karen and Lily's tickets. I didn't tell them. I wanted them to learn a lesson, to realize how much they had taken me for granted. I knew they would be furious, but I didn't care. I was done being treated like I didn't matter. The next morning, Jake and I went to the airport early. Karen and Lily planned to meet us there, completely unaware of what I had done. As we waited near the check-in counter, I felt a mix of nerves and satisfaction. Jake looked at me, concern in his eyes. "Are you sure about this, Emily? They're going to lose it." "I'm sure," I said firmly. "They've treated me like an outsider for too long. Maybe this will finally show them how much I've done for them." Just as I finished speaking, Karen and Lily arrived. Lily was dressed in expensive designer clothes, sunglasses on her head like a crown. Karen walked beside her, acting like she was in charge as always. They waved at us, completely unaware of what was about to happen. "Emily, you look okay," Lily said with a fake smile, her voice dripping with sarcasm. "Ready to see how the rich people live?" I ignored her and waited for things to unfold. At the check-in counter, the airline staff started scanning our tickets. Jake and I went first, and our boarding passes printed with no problem. Then it was Lily's turn. "I'm sorry, ma'am," the attendant said, frowning at the screen. "It looks like your ticket has been cancelled." Lily blinked in shock. "What? That's impossible." Karen stepped forward, her voice sharp. "There must be a mistake. Check again." The attendant shook her head. "I'm sorry, but there's no mistake. The tickets for Lily and Karen were cancelled yesterday." "What?" Karen's voice grew louder. "Who would do that?" I took a deep breath and stepped forward. "I cancelled them." Lily and Karen spun toward me, their faces full of shock and anger. "You did what?" Karen snapped. "Why would you do something like that?" "Because I'm the one who paid for this whole trip," I said, my voice steady. "The flights, the hotels, everything. And after the way you treated me yesterday, I decided I didn't want to spend my hard-earned money on people who don't respect me." Lily's jaw dropped. "You're lying. There's no way you could afford all this." Jake stepped in. "She's not lying, Lily. Emily saved for months to make this happen, and you had the nerve to insult her." Karen looked at me, her face pale with embarrassment. "You should have told us. How could you cancel our tickets without saying anything?" I stared at her, unflinching. "Would it have made a difference? You've never cared about what I contribute, Karen. This trip was supposed to bring us closer as a family, but instead, you made it clear that I don't belong. So no, I didn't feel the need to ask for your permission. People around us were staring, whispering among themselves. Lily was fuming, but Karen fell silent, looking uncomfortable. I can't believe this, Lily muttered. You ruined everything. No, I said calmly. I finally stood up for myself. That's the difference. Jake and I boarded the plane, leaving them behind. As we settled into our seats, I felt both guilty and relieved. Jake squeezed my hand. You did the right thing, Emily. When we arrived at our destination, my phone blew up with angry messages from Karen and Lily. They called me selfish and accused me of ruining their plans. I didn't reply. I blocked them for the rest of the trip. Jake and I spent the next week exploring, relaxing, and enjoying the vacation without their negativity. For the first time in a long time, I felt free. When we got back home, a family friend told me something surprising. Lily and Karen had tried to book new tickets after we left but couldn't afford them. It turned out they had been struggling with money for months and had expected Jake and me to cover all their expenses during the trip. This confirmed what I had suspected all along. They had been taking advantage of my kindness. From that day forward, I decided to set boundaries. No one, not even family, would walk over me again. But things didn't end there. Instead of moving on, Karen and Lily made things worse by spreading lies about me to our extended family. Suddenly, I was getting cold looks from relatives who used to be friendly. They're telling everyone you're selfish and ungrateful, Jake said, reading a message from his cousin. They're making it sound like you canceled the trip just to be spiteful. I sighed, frustrated but not surprised. Of course, they're twisting the story. They'll never admit what really happened. Determined to prove the truth, I started gathering receipts and messages. While going through my old conversations, I found something shocking, a group chat between Karen and Lily. In it, they had been planning to manipulate me into paying for extra luxury items on the trip. Don't worry, Lily had written. Emily is so desperate to be accepted, she'll pay for anything we ask. I showed the messages to Jake, and he was furious. They've been using you this whole time. This discovery gave me the proof I needed to call them out in front of everyone. The next weekend, there was a family gathering at Jake's uncle's house. I knew Karen and Lily would be there, and I decided it was time to tell the truth. With Jake standing beside me, I spoke calmly to the family. I know some of you think I was selfish for canceling Karen and Lily's tickets. I began, but what you don't know is that I paid for the entire trip, and they didn't spend a single dollar. The room fell silent. Some people gasped. Lily tried to interrupt, but I held up my hand. I also found these messages, I continued, holding up printed screenshots of their group chat. This is proof that they plan to use me for even more money. Karen and Lily turned pale as I read their own words out loud. By the time I finished, no one was on their side anymore. Right away, the family's attitude changed. Relatives who had believed Karen and Lily's lies started apologizing to me. They were shocked and disappointed by their behavior. Lily stormed out, and Karen followed, too embarrassed to even look at me. But the biggest surprise came after. Jake's uncle, who had never really gotten involved before, pulled me aside. I always thought you were too good for them, he admitted. If you ever need help keeping them out of your life, just let me know. A few weeks later, karma caught up with them. Lily and her husband ran into serious money troubles after a business deal went wrong. Suddenly, they couldn't afford their fancy lifestyle. Karen, who had been depending on Lily for financial help, had to move in with her daughter because she couldn't afford her own place anymore. Meanwhile, Jake and I were happier than ever. Without their negativity, we focused on our future and strengthening our relationship. I even started a vlog about saving money and standing up for yourself, and it quickly became popular. This whole experience taught me something important about self-respect. I no longer felt like I needed approval from people who didn't value me. Karen and Lily tried to contact me a few times, but I made one thing clear: if they wanted a relationship, they had to change their ways. For now, I'm happy keeping my distance and surrounding myself with people who truly care about me. Looking back, I'm proud of myself. It wasn't easy to stand up and face the drama, but it was worth it. That trip wasn't just a vacation, it was a turning point in my life. It showed me how important it is to set boundaries, stand up for myself, and never let anyone take advantage of my kindness. Sometimes, standing up for yourself is the hardest thing to do, but it's also the most powerful. To anyone out there dealing with a difficult family situation, remember this: you deserve to be treated with respect. Never let anyone make you feel less than you are. If you liked this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. I'd love to hear your thoughts or any similar experiences, share them below. Until next time, take care and stay strong.